Hey, hey, hey. Guys, for anyone who's watching, type in chat just so I know who's watching. Oh, Isa. Hey, Isa. Amazing. And Absun, I guess, is Abbas. Who else? We have 5 people live with us right now. Hey, Maya. Michael, I guess. Nice. Cool. You're the people who commented on the Instagram video. Yep. Many of you guys are from the AI community. Interesting. All right, guys. So, what are you looking forward to learn? Maybe I can add your questions from now. So, basically, Ismail has an AI agency. He works with a lot of big people in the space. He builds AI appointment setters for US companies and he makes like good money. So, what would you want to learn from this exact podcast? If you want to add your questions in the chat, feel free. I'll add the questions onto the list. It's going to take like 30 to 60 minutes for us on this podcast. Interesting. I will ask him all of this, but question for you, Maya, I guess. Yep. What do you do right now? Like, where are you from AI? Like, are you learning AI? Are you building AI? What are you doing exactly? I would like to understand your case so that we can help you. Exactly. How does you find client? Yes, I think this interesting. I will help you with the client acquisition part since I have a marketing agency background. So I'm going to also tell you about this. Ismail is joining right now. Isa, I want to know what you want to learn from this. Abbas, Michael. Interesting, Maya. Cool. Isa, you have to ask a question. I don't know what the question is, but you have to ask a question.
What's up, man?
Welcome, welcome.
Uh, I'm trying to see if my lighting's good. It looks pretty good.
Uh,
It looks
yeah,
good, right?
this is good. This is
Yeah.
good.
I can move.
Interesting.
Might be too dark.
All right, so just for you, Ismail, and for the people watching on YouTube, there's a delay. So I'm talking to Ismail like 10 seconds earlier than what you are saying. So in the chat, I think you can see the chat. No, can you see the chat?
Um, there's
Yeah, click on
oh
comments.
yeah. I see it.
Exactly. So
Perfect.
they are asking a few questions. I asked them what they would want to know from this podcast. So I'm just like, want to know what they want.
Oh
Amazing.
yeah, I'm reading some of them by Extra Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
How I
Happy day.
started.
Yeah, I'm taking your course, but I'm still at the beginning. Amazing. Awesome. Awesome.
Oh,
Awesome.
nice.
Awesome.
Wait,
Right.
how can I see how many people are on here? This is pretty cool.
At the moment on the live stream, it's 5 people, but
Okay.
we have like 257 subscribers, and we posted a YouTube video. We posted an Instagram reel about this. We
Uh-huh.
got like 30 comments who wanna join.
No, this is cool. This is cool that there's people on here. Hey everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. All right,
Yeah,
so let me send this one more time in the WhatsApp community. We have like 700 people, but it's a Saturday, so not
perfect.
everyone is gonna join.
Yeah, and it's literally like 9 in the morning here. So
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
All right, so if you want, like, check what the people have in chat. They ask a few questions, read them out, maybe answer them on spot quickly. I'm gonna ask you a lot of detailed questions, so just
yeah,
answer the
yeah,
questions that you can answer right
yeah.
now.
I'm expecting to go into some details like how the eye got started, like,
Yeah,
and
bro,
then
everything.
I'll just wait for that one because I'll probably yap for
Yeah,
a second about that. How do I find clients in the U.S. that need this? Honestly, a lot of it has been referrals. Surprisingly enough, I'm about to start running ads, but there's so many different types of like businesses you can target. There's like local service-based businesses, um, which is kind of like what everyone in the U.S. is kind of preaching right now. But I kind of took a different approach. I just went straight to like high ticket like agencies, like online agencies, which kind of took a lot longer because you have to build those connections. But I probably
yeah,
will target the local service-based businesses a lot more with ads next year.
yeah. I'm gonna talk to you about ads. I'm gonna tell you like what we're doing, how we acquire clients in the US, and maybe we can benefit the people watching as well.
100%.
So let me just send this to the community, and we can directly start. How was your day? Oh, it's 9 a.m.
Yeah, I woke up like I think when you texted me earlier,
Yeah,
I had just woke up and I was like, man,
really
I gotta go. Yeah, I had just woke up. And then I showered, I took another call, and then I'm here. So
interesting, man.
after
Interesting.
this, I'll eat breakfast.
Really, man. I
Yeah, but
just realized. Yeah,
uh-huh.
go ahead.
But I usually don't even eat breakfast till like 1 or 2 p.m. I don't like I usually will fast in the morning.
Yeah, I'm like I actually do that as well.
Hmm.
All right, so we have 7 people watching. They might increase to 10 people maybe, and we're gonna post this once we're done. So, Ismail, my friend, how are you doing?
Good, man. How about you?
I'm doing amazing, to be honest. Like, I'm excited. I want to ask a lot of questions. I wanna understand everything about you. We can benefit the people here
Same
as
for
well.
me. Uh-huh.
Yeah, 8 people now watching live, and we're gonna
Let's
post everything
go.
on shorts
Welcome.
as well.
Yes,
Let's do
sir.
it. All right. So I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, but before I do that, let me first introduce myself to the people who don't know me. Hey, Cynthia. So, guys, for the ones who don't know me, I had 2 marketing agencies. I had 12 employees. I worked with 60 plus companies across the US, GCC, and Jordan and Lebanon. Currently, I'm the chief marketing officer and AI lead at Remotely X. And I have an AI community with 720 plus students. And I also build AI agents for US companies. So that's me. Ismail, take 2 minutes, let them know who you are, tell them about yourself, and then I'm going to start asking questions.
Perfect. Yeah. So I'm Ismail Jimenez. I live in San Diego, California, which is in Southern California in the United States. And I'm 24 years old, and I've been doing this. I've been in the AI space for about a year and a half now. When I finished up university 12 months ago, exactly, almost on the day, I said, I'm not going to go get a job. I'm going to keep pursuing this AI automation space and really just see where it takes me. Like, I knew if I just worked hard in it, like things would happen. Um, and that's exactly what happened. So pretty much we we built AI agents. So the offer is we build custom AI agents, appointment setters for marketing agencies, like high ticket agencies, like pretty much anyone that has an influx of just inbound DMs, and we can guarantee them 90 calls in 90 days. And we do that by we set up their ad structure, their creatives, launch their campaigns, manage them, build their website funnel, set all the automations up, and then we integrate the AI DM setter, and then we sell all that as a package for $10,000. Um, Started off by just building the AI agent
Interesting.
setter. Yeah, I started off by just building the AI agent setter. I started posting about it, started talking about it to everyone, started going out to coffee shops, doing work in the city, and then ran into this guy. Um, I love that I'm talking about him already, but I run into this guy at the coffee shop, and he runs a marketing agency. They're making over $100,000 a month, and he kind of takes me under his wing, and we partner up. And he's like, "Bro, you need to include ads in your offer. You need to include the automation building." And I was like, "Oh wow, I
Yeah.
didn't realize like how much more valuable all this could be if you just make it a full package." And I thought I had a full package, until he really showed me like the ropes. And then now we're able to go from selling the service from like $1,000 to selling the whole service package for $10,000.
All right.
So
So wait, I
yeah.
just posted on my school community. I have a lot of questions for the
Mm,
things that you just mentioned. So this is post done. Amazing.
perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
So wait, you said, oh, that's yeah.
Wait,
So you
actually,
said,
I want to post it on my Instagram real quick.
by the way,
Is it wait?
you
What's the
can
link?
collaborate on the reel. I invited you to collaborate on a reel about this podcast,
Uh-huh.
and once you share the reel on the next story, share the link that I sent you for the YouTube. I'm gonna send it through WhatsApp right now.
Yeah, send it to me right now.
Yeah, there you go. One, two. So this is the link that they can click on to watch live on YouTube. All right. In the meantime, keep on typing. So, guys, up until now, he mentioned that. By the way, for the people who don't know, he was an engineering student at uni, and he thought like, nah, I'm not gonna do the 9 to 5. He was telling me about this, and then he went on to start building AI agents for US clients. So, Ismail, while you're taking the photo, what made you wanna like shift from being a normal engineer going through the normal process, because a lot of the people watching right now are actual computer engineers as well. So what made you shift
Amazing.
from this path onto like, I want to build a business or I want to build the AI?
Okay, so I studied mechanical engineering. So I wasn't a computer engineer. I didn't study computer science. I took a couple classes for coding before ChatGPT. So I actually had to like like learn it and make all the mistakes. Like, why won't this code run? Oh, I had the semicolon. Um, but when I was in school, like the mechanical engineering teaches you so much about like every little thing. I realized I hate electrical. Aerospace I thought was really cool, but I was like, wow, this is really hard. Um, the coding stuff I thought was really interesting. And in the middle of my junior year, ChatGPT came out, and I was like, wait, like this is really interesting. And I started to realize more and more, like, wait, this is gonna change the world. This is like middle of 2023, like early 2023. Like they're probably, I think they had just dropped ChatGPT 4. Um, and I'm realizing like, wow, this is going to change the world. And I was doing an internship for engineering, and I was like, wait, like I don't know if this is what I should be doing, because this AI thing just came out and I'm in the middle of like university. Like I should probably take advantage of that. And find like the first couple AI automation videos on YouTube, and I just ran with it. I told my roommate, who's now my business partner, my co-founder, hey dude, we need to do this. And he was also an engineer. He's also an engineer. He was also a mechanical engineer, and we just kind of ran with it. And
That was which year?
2023.
So like literally at the start of the boom.
Yes, yes. But the tough part was that's when my classes were the hardest. I'm going into my senior year. So it's like I'm trying to learn as much as I can about digital marketing, engineering. I mean not engineering, like AI, computer science, how to code a little bit better. Cursor just finally comes out. I'm like, okay, what is
Yeah.
this Cursor
Oh,
tool? Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, okay, how do I use Cursor? Because at this point I'm barely learning how to use VS Code, but the cursor drops, and everyone's like, this is so much better. And I'm like, okay, let me learn how to use this. So I'm like trying to learn
yeah.
how to like do everything. And I just realized like I'd rather like work in this online business space and work in marketing specifically, as opposed to be an engineer. Like I thought engineering was cool, solve a lot of hard problems, but you solve a lot of harder problems, in my opinion. Well, it depends what it is. When you're doing marketing and like creative stuff, I like that type of stuff a lot more.
Question for you. Like I know Isa, for example, has a computer engineering background. So
Mhm.
like people like them, people watching right now who have a computer engineering background who wanna do something with AI, not just work at a job. Like what's the mindset shift that they need to have as computer engineers to be able to take the leap and work as like a business provider, for example?
I think if you're already a computer engineer, you already have such a solid foundation. Like it's
Yeah.
never been easier to learn how to code, but also the knowledge for how to code properly and how to like structure your code properly and your databases and like do you want to do a mono repo or do you not want to do a mono repo for like what you're building? Um, you have a way better idea of like how to structure everything out and just build a better back end. And at that point, you really just have to figure out like how you're going to be providing those services and fulfillment. So like, how do you not become a freelancer working for every single client? Instead, like, how do you build a team so that you can really just scale that? And that's probably the hardest part because you're not really exposed to that when you're in engineering school. You're just taught how to build. You're taught how to solve problems. You're not really taught how to start a business and how to really monetize or scale it. And that I feel like if anything, when I talk about like what I've learned the most, that's been the hardest part, like learning how to do the business stuff because I've never been exposed to it.
Yeah. By the way, like for example, some people asked about how they can start, how can they get the clients from the US?
Mhm,
And to me, as a marketer, because we work in the US market, we get clients from the US market. To me, I think it's a marketing skill issue instead of like being good at what they build.
mhm. Yeah, well, I'm curious to know like how you do it because you're not in the US. I think it's a little different for me because I'm in the US.
Yeah.
Uh, so like just the people I meet, like they're in the US, and it's kind of just like business just happens in the US. But I'm curious how you do it versus how I'll do it.
Let
Yeah.
me tell you about this. So technically, guys, for the people watching, it's like 100 times easier for Ismail to be able to get the clients in the US because he lives in the US. For us, it's way more difficult. But one way that people in the chat can start, for example, you can apply to work with Ismail as an internship for free as a start, for example. Then you can work with him or with other companies and learn how they do things. Once you build that network or like some connections with the US market, you can transition into building a personal brand and slash authority, for example, and start working with US clients. Then you need to build a personal brand. Without building a personal brand, there's nothing you can do. This is what we were talking about
Mhm.
in the chat like a while ago, Ismail and I. Mahdi, by the way, Mahdi as well. He's building a personal brand in the chat. So personal brand
Amazing.
is essential. Without a personal brand, you can do nothing, even if you're in the US. That's my opinion. Again, you have like ads and marketing and scaling the business, but as a start, it's a personal brand.
Yeah, I honestly really agree with that. I actually started off by posting content, like what right at the start of 2024, January 2024, like all that I was telling you about how in 2023 I was like realizing ChatGPT, like all this stuff is coming out. I'm like, oh, that's what I have to get into. Real quick, I mean, I like posting content. I was already posting on Instagram, like I just love posting myself. But I was like, wait, I should just start posting content, like AI content. January, boom, I just started posting content every now and then whenever I can because I'm in school. And then over the summer, I started posting every single day, and couple of videos went viral, and people started messaging me, and I'm like, wait, like I've never like had people message me for like business stuff. Um, and I feel like that's how I started making like a lot of the connections I needed uh, to help me get to where I am today. Like a couple of my clients right now,
Yeah.
they found me back then, or I met a guy that DM'd me when I started posting content who connected me with that client. And then now that
Mm.
client connected me with his growth operator who has a ton of other clients. And that's how I
Yeah,
got,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. And then now I have a client here in San Diego where I live who I met through that growth operator. Like it was just a whole like
Mm.
mix of networking. So
Bro, I have
yeah,
so
yeah,
many questions about
yeah,
your agency and the clients, but I'm gonna keep
yeah,
them for like in 15 minutes. But
yeah,
like, let's say at uni, you were studying at uni. It's 2023. AI came out. Everybody felt FOMO. They want to start, similar to what happened with social media marketing agencies.
yeah.
Did you consider dropping out? Did you feel like I need to spend more time and I don't have time? Did this happen with you?
Oh, 1000%. Well,
Really?
yeah, because I graduated December 2024. However, in 2023, I had an idea I might graduate in December, but I didn't. It wasn't for sure. Like even 6 months before, like if I failed a class, I'm not graduating that December. I'm graduating next, or
Oof.
like a year later. So I was in university. I was stressing because I had to pass those classes in order to graduate. And I remember when I finally knew that I had 6 months left. I had summer break, which is 3 months of like no school, and then I come back and do my last 3 months. And I really thought about dropping out in the meantime because that's when I really started posting content. That's when I really started getting some traction, and we're building the product now. And now I kind of know my niche, and I'm like, I don't want to go back to school. Like I'm like invested in this. And I was thinking about dropping out, but I was like, man, it's been 5 years. I have 3 months left. Like, why am I gonna just quit
Yeah.
right now, right before? And I was like, I know my mom would be mad. So I was like, nah, like I can't make my mom mad.
Man, like I think
Yeah.
everyone went through this, like at uni as well. I'm not gonna talk about what happened with me. I don't want to share this private story at the moment, but I went through the similar path that you just discussed, talked about at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's tough. It's tough. Once you feel like there's a very big opportunity that you can take and kill it, it's very tough to like hold yourself back. I think like it
Yeah.
happens with all the entrepreneurs. So yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's not
Where were
easy.
you? Where were you when kind of like the whole AI thing started to come out, and then like you realizing like I need to pivot.
Bro,
Like how was that for you?
bro, I had my second US marketing agency. I was
Uh-huh.
working with 12 to 60 million dollar e-commerce DTC brands in the US. So I had like I was in a very good position, but then I
Uh-huh.
saw AI come out. And I know for a fact that I was so late for marketing, but I made it. Like I made it in marketing. I had two marketing agencies for over like 3 years, 12 employees, stuff like that. But I knew if I get early into AI, I can easily kill it. I think this happened with you as well. So I
Yeah.
directly pivoted. I started spending weekends, nights, learning, paid more than $5,000 so far on AI business programs and AI programs as well. Built a lot
Mhm.
of stuff, got some clients in the US, and like the rest is history. That's how I pivoted.
You started like as a freelancer. You already had your marketing agency. Like what was like the first service you sold?
I sold, actually, it was an email copywriting agent for an email
Okay.
marketing agency. That was the first
Okay.
one.
When
The
was that?
second
When was
one
that?
was, that was like 8 months ago, something like that,
8 months
or
ago.
like
So this
seven
year,
months
this year,
ago.
this year.
Yeah, this year. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. Oh, okay, okay. So you
yeah.
turned, well, it's not necessarily late, but like considering like when everyone started like pivoting toward that, like 2023.
After a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, after
Yeah,
a
okay.
year.
Yeah, okay.
And the second one was an AI appointment setter, but I'm definitely sure that yours is better. You've optimized your appointment setter for the last few months. We're gonna
Mhm.
dive straight into that.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. Right now, I'm like the AI lead at Remotely X. We build all the agents. We have amazing agents. Maybe I can tell you about them in a few as well. So yeah, like that was my story. Yeah,
Amazing. Yeah, I'd love to hear about those agents. I think there's a
I'm
question in
gonna
the
tell
chat.
you about them.
I see a question in the chat. Is it still considered starting early if we're starting now, late
Go ahead.
2025? Um, I don't know if it's considered early. I would say like
It's
it's still
definitely not late.
well, yeah, it's definitely not late. Like I would say that you're on time because in the big picture of things. Like AI is really really early. Um, like if the internet came out and like when ChatGPT came out, we're still in the 90s. Um,
Yeah,
think of it that way. We're still in the 90s if that was the case. And I don't think Google really existed until like 1999 or like 2000. So like we're still early. There's still like the Zuckerberg of our generation is still not established. Like we have no idea who it is. Um, so I would say it's still early. And then like honestly, like for just starting a business, like an agency, like you could really just I mean, I say this now looking back after all the mistakes I made, you could really make it work in like 2, 3 months. You can start like
literally,
yeah, you can start
literally.
yeah.
And for the guys that don't know, like I started marketing agency 8 years after, and like the concept of having a marketing agency was founded 8 years after that. And I was able to build in the next 3 years a team of 12, 60 clients. So you can do the same. AI is still
Mhm.
early. Like it's not super early to when Ismail joined, but it's still early considerably.
Well,
So yeah, like that's what I think.
there's a couple other questions.
Go ahead.
What is the process to acquire clients other than advertisements? I think we'll get to that one. Um,
Yeah.
what
Look,
major
answer
settlement?
one more
Yeah.
question, and I have a
Okay.
question for you after that.
Okay. Um, what niche do you think has the fastest path to 10K a month with AI? Ooh, that's a tough one. I definitely didn't pick the fastest niche. That's for sure. Um, ah, I don't think that's a great way to think about things, to be honest. However, like to answer the question at face value, like the fastest niche, I would say it's actually is the local service-based business path. Um, because there's so many of those businesses, especially here in the US. Um, and they have like the budget to spend 1,000, maybe $2,000. I haven't really experimented with this market, so I don't really know like how much you can like sell for in this niche. But they're definitely the easiest to get leads, and they're the most like likely to click your ads and like go through your funnel and like book a call with you. It's a little hard. I went to the niche of like for my product, you really need people that have like 50,000 followers or more, and they're posting consistently. And those type of people are a lot harder to find than just a local service based business owner that just makes like one post every like month or two for their account.
Yeah,
So
let me help the guys in the chat as well. Like, if you're thinking about Lebanon, what you need to focus on is like small to medium sized businesses. Like, we're talking established businesses that do have the budget. You can just call them, you can text them on Instagram, you can go to their like physical location and try to pitch them your service. And once you build some sort of personal brand and start posting content to show that you know what you're talking about, this is going to help you a lot. If that's Lebanon, if you're talking about the US, you need to build a personal brand ASAP. It should be in English. You should post content about AI and try to DM, like cold DM those companies or email them, cold emails, or run ads. It's gonna be tough if you don't have business skills or like marketing skills, but you have to start posting content. That's the easiest and warmest way to get leads and clients. So that's, I think, answering the question. Ismail, I have a question for you.
let's hear
Can
it.
you tell us about like the first client you got and the 3 months after that? Like, how was the process? How did you build? You said referrals. Like, can you tell us more about the day-to-day stuff that you were doing and so on?
Yeah, so kind of perfect transition because right when I started posting content, I didn't know my niche. I didn't know what to build. I knew what AI was, but I was like, I'm just gonna post. And I was posting like Chat GPT, like tutorials, how to use it for studying. I had a lot of friends in college. I was like, here's how to use it for studying. It also was helping me learn to just like make those videos. Um, it's a couple months after that, about 2, 3 months after that, of inconsistent posting, by the way. So it can be a lot faster. Um, one of one of the guys that like I was close with, like we were working together, kind of like we're trying to like figure out some stuff, like how can we build
Mm-hmm.
this? I think I was trying to build my
Mm-hmm.
first website. Um, he says, "Hey, like this guy who went to my university who started to do e-commerce, his name's Stephen Guo. Um, he kind of made it in the e-commerce world, and then he moved to Bali, and living in Bali now, just kind of like in a
Yeah.
way he already made it. He's 25 years old. He already like quote unquote made it. Um, like seven-figure agency and all that. Like multiple seven-figure e-commerce stores. He reaches out to my friend because they were in a fraternity together at the university I went to. I went to UC Irvine, and so my friend refers him to me, and then he's asking me, "Hey, I want an AI appointment setter for my Instagram because I'm posting it to get leads for his course, and he hates dealing with the setters." So that was the first time that the whole AI agent appointment setter thing was proposed to me. Uh huh.
Wait, so you had a friend,
Uh huh.
someone contacted your friend and told him he wants
Mhm.
an appointment setter because he's facing a lot of problems with the human appointment setters. And then your friend told you that, hey man, like we need to build this. That's how it happened.
Basically,
Interesting. Before you
yeah.
proceed, for the guys who don't know what an appointment setter is, it's someone who manages, for example, Instagram DMs or Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, for example, anything that you can chat on where leads come through. If you have ads running, people are going to come through the ads and land on your DMs, for example. That's where you can set appointments or organic leads as well. So that's the job. And AI apparently can do it now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that's basically how I got my first client.
Interesting.
They were in a fraternity together, so like uh, they're really close. They're really close. They can basically just hit each other up all the time. That I guess just got brought up in the conversation, and because him and my friend and I were like talking about the AI stuff a lot, he referred him over to me. I called him, and when he was in Bali, I think it was May 2024. This is when this was, and
Interesting.
yeah, so he calls. him and I call. He's like, "Can you build this?" And I'm like, "Of course I can, man." I didn't know anything at the time. I like, I didn't know anything about setting up prompt engineering or connecting to Instagram. I didn't even know what mini chat was. And
Like nothing. You don't
I
like you
knew
didn't.
I knew nothing at this time. Like N8N isn't even out yet. It might have been out, but like no one was talking about it. Like everyone was talking about
Bro.
Make.com. I knew how to use Make.com, but like as far as like how Instagram works, Instagram connecting like with their API and like connecting to your account and like the AI stuff, APIs like OpenAI's API.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of that stuff. Um, and
Like, were
we
you able to
proceed.
build that?
Yeah, I mean, it became my product that I have now. But it just took way longer than than what he anticipated. But in that time, like we built our first iteration over the next like 2 3 months. I learned how prompt engineering works. I learned how truly hard it is. We learned how to set up our own back end. What other stuff? Like a bunch about APIs. I had never made an API call before up until like we start working on that. So it really just gave us like at the end of the day, me and my partner, we were engineers. Like we're able to just start figuring this stuff out. We sit down at the
Yeah.
coffee shop for hours. All right, we're gonna read the OpenAI API documentation, and that was all we did that day. Yeah,
Bro, like literally, people don't understand that the best way to learn AI is building AI. Like, if you don't
yeah,
build AI, you're never gonna learn AI. That's what I
yeah,
tell people in my community. Like, I always tell them, build, like, go and build, post on the community
yeah.
that you're building something new. If you don't build, like, if you don't build, face problems, solve the problems, you won't get better at building AI.
100%, 100%. And there's so many skills within it. Like, um, I talk about the prompt engine, and the reason I talk about that so much is because when my product speaks to people, or like, and especially it's in my clients' DMs, talking to literally thousands of people, um, the conversation has to be led in a specific way. There's a psychological process of, okay, like, is this an objection handle? Am I putting the focus of the conversation on the prospect? If it's at the beginning of the conversation, it's trying to understand their pain points. So, like, it's at that stage of the
Yeah.
conversation. How does this transition it to a question about their dream outcome? So, all those like instructions and steps, um, I had to learn that from the start. So, that
Go ahead.
skill
Yeah.
within yeah, don't worry. That skill within itself is just so hard to learn, but then you also learn how to connect APIs together. We like, for example, one thing I learned was if you wanted to send a voice file on Instagram from an AI agent that's automated, you have to like first connect. Well, it might actually be easier now, but at that
I
point, you
think
have to like
ManyChat offers that right now.
we used ManyChat kind of, um, but no, we cloned our client's voice and we made it send voice notes as if it was him. So we had to send an
No,
A.
wait. So
Yeah,
it was an
yeah.
AI voice generator that was sending voice notes?
So the way it worked was the person would send a message, our AI would generate a response, it would send that response to 11 Labs as an API call, and then 11 Labs would generate like the voice file. But the what was weird was Instagram, you can't send an MP4 file. I forgot what type of file it was, but you have
You
to.
had
So we
to
had,
like transform it to
yeah,
MP3 so that it's an audio, then you can send the voice note.
yeah, yeah. I don't even know if it was MP3. It was like a weird name that it had, but like you have to. So now so it's already two APIs. You go from the response generated to 11 Labs, and then it has to extract the like file from 11 Labs and then convert it to a different type of file, and then somehow upload it to ManyChat because of what you said, and then you can send the message. There's like 5 API calls right there, and like I said, we had
Man.
never really done API calls. I didn't know like you could do like that chain of events. Um,
But
but
by the way,
building
like
an AI, yeah,
building an appointment setter, and if you
yeah.
use a mini chat or not, it's complicated. It's not an easy AI build to build. Like, it's not something easy you can build. So if it was your first and you had to learn it, it took you a lot of time and probably a lot of effort and like trial and error, right?
Oh, 100%, yeah. That stuff that was specifically just to send the message. We have our own back end, so yeah,
Yeah.
we have to build our own back end because ManyChat or Go High Level, all those automation platforms, even N8N, they can't support that level of they're good for conversations, like one message, one automation, but a
Yeah.
whole conversation, a full flow of API calls is not good for. We have to build our own custom backend, so that required us
It's
to learn how to
it
build
was
build a
customized.
server.
Like, it's not on
We have
an
a
AI automation platform.
we have a full mono repo for like our clientele, for all our prompts. It's massive. I don't even know how. We're gonna have to talk to my business partner for that because he's the one who built all
That's
that.
sick.
Yeah, yeah.
That's sick, bro.
So then once we get it working, and for that first client, the one who originally told me about it, once we got it working for him, it was April this year. So it took 11 months for it to finally book calls that were able to close, that were qualified. And that was that was like it finally works. It finally worked. That was like version
11
3. That was
months?
like version 3 point like something of like iteration. Yeah.
Oof.
But then after that,
Bro,
it
yeah.
started to get a lot faster. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't recommend like what I did as like the
Definitely
way.
not.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Like I think we definitely got so this can go into a whole other conversation about like I think we got so product focused. Like like he
Mm.
gave us he wanted an AI agent when AI agents really weren't a thing.
Like
So
back
yeah,
then, it wasn't that
yeah.
effective.
No. Like even just the way it would give responses, it was like the best model was 4.0. So and I mean 4.0 was actually not even that bad. Like a lot of it came down to like how good can we make the prompt engineering, but because the model was so hard to work with, the prompt engineering had to be really good. And then when better models came out, it just automatically spoke better. So I started to realize like when 4.5 came out, 4.5 is actually probably the best speaking model I've ever tried to this day.
Interesting.
To this day. And I remember I one day just switched the model from 4.0 to 4.5, and it just was 10 times better. And I was like, I didn't even like I just gave it a 10x upgrade just like that because the
Wow.
prompt engineering was so good. But I wouldn't
Yeah.
have, like have learned all that if I didn't like struggle through it. So that was answering the
Exactly.
question of just building stuff. Is it the right thing to build? That's a whole other topic.
That's a different other and like should it take 11 months? That's
Yeah,
completely out of the
yeah,
scope.
yeah.
Um
Way too long. Way too long.
so like that was the first client. He asked you
Mhm.
for an AI appointment setter. It took you 11 freaking months to build that.
To build
And
MVP
like that
basically.
that's the MVP. Like that's version
Yeah,
number 3, I guess.
yeah. Version number 3. We're like
And
on 5.
oh,
Yeah,
interesting. You're gonna
yeah.
tell us about it right now.
It's got way better since then.
Interesting. Like I want to dive into that very soon.
No, we
Um,
got time. We got
so
time, brother.
like what was like how were you able to get the second or third or fourth clients, for example? How did the ball start rolling?
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was kind of gonna start getting into. After it finally worked for him, I realized okay, that version that finally worked took me 6 weeks to build because like we had all those other versions, but like really from when I said okay, we're gonna build this new version to that version being done that worked, it was about 6 weeks. Um, I realized okay, we have that. I'm start posting about it more, and then some of the people that followed me like months ago or just some network connections, like oh, this guy's like they're talking about me, like oh, he's building some stuff. We just follow each other now. Maybe we've had a call, like a networking call. This is how I get Sam as my client. The AI Clubhouse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is
Tell
how
me
he
about
was.
that,
Yeah, yeah. That's how I get him. Oh wait. Actually, take a step back. My second client was Shaw's Matthew. Um, I met
bro.
I met
Yeah,
him. I met him in Arizona. I used to be in Liam Motley's community, his paid community, and he had a meetup in Arizona, which is about 5 hours east of where I live, just driving. And then me and my business partner, he was still in college. I had just finished. I go pick him up at his apartment, and I'm like, "Let's go to Arizona." And then we just went. No
crazy.
hotel, no nothing, because we weren't making any money. No hotel, no nothing. I was like, "Dude, we're just gonna sleep in the car." Um, and like maybe we'll make friends and then let us crash at their apartment on the floor or something or at their hotel. Um,
Yo,
yeah, we just set that we just booked it to Arizona, and then we go there. It's a really cool meetup, bunch of amazing people. It was really cool to just be with like, because like you're all like everyone here is like in your community and like there's a
yeah.
bunch of people, but just to see them all in person, like the people that I've seen like on the calls, like it was super cool.
Wow.
And
Man, like Shaz
yeah,
Matthew for the people
you
who
know
don't know,
him? You
like
know him?
he's big. Yeah, he's big in the
Yeah,
space. He's friends with
yeah,
Liam. He was
yeah.
in the AI group that they had, like they were talking about AI a year ago, I
He's still
think.
there. He's still there. He's still in it.
Yeah, exactly. And he's
Mm,
building really nice stuff. So
yeah.
you were able to meet him and talk to him and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I actually met him because the place that the event was at was at a Top Golf, which is just like a golf driving range. You just hit the ball as far as you can, basically. Um, and I was swinging. I used to play baseball, and my swing is I don't want to say flawless, but like really pretty good.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
and Shaw sees me swing. He's like, "Bro, your swing is so good." And we just start talking about baseball and golf. He used to play baseball too when he was a.
No.
And then that's all we talked about. That's all we talked about, just sports. I go talk to
Yeah.
other people. My business partner ends up talking to him, and they talk about like my product. And then
Oh,
so Shaz goes on my Instagram because I set up a demo before we went out there, so like people could try the product. And then Shaz tries it, and I think he was at dinner with like Liam and all like their homies. He sends me a voice message. He's like, "Bro, this product is super sick. Like, I want to hear more about it." So he booked a call, and then he's interested. We try it out, and
interesting.
that's how I got my second client. So that
Bro,
was a
guys,
referral
guys,
network.
his second client isn't a small client. Like he's big in the space as well.
Yeah, Shaz
Interesting,
is
man.
really big.
Interesting.
Yeah, Shaz
Yeah.
is big.
Uh,
And then pretty soon after, just like client 3 and 4, because they came like almost a month later, um, just start posting more and more because of like now my first client's guy, he's getting results now, like getting actual calls. So I'm posting
mm,
about that. I'm posting building Shaz's thing. Um, and then Sam reaches out to me and he's like, bro, like I think I
wait,
need
wait.
this now.
How
Yeah.
the hell did Sam? By the way, his content game is so funny, bro. He posts
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
very funny reels. I
Should
told
see
him the
what he
other
sends
day.
me.
Yeah. How did Sam know about you? Like, how did he learn that you exist?
Okay, so once again, networking. There's this coffee
Yeah.
shop here in San Diego I go to. It's not even like anything crazy. Like it's not like notorious as like, oh, that coffee shop. It's just by the university here. Like I just think it's nice. The Wi-Fi is good. They're open late. A lot of coffee shops close at like 6 p.m. This one closes at 11. I like to work late, so I just go there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, literally just that. This one guy, I go there, and then I'm there. I meet him, and he's like, "Oh, like he's 19. He's 19 years old. He might be 20 now. His name's Marquise. Um,
Oh.
his name's Marquise. Um, and I was like, wait, I've seen you on my reels. When I was in college, I saw this guy on my reels, and he was in San Diego, and he was talking about AI marketing and all this type of stuff. And he had about 10,000 followers. And I followed him, I messaged him, we talked a little bit, and I run into him at the coffee shop, and I was like, oh, you're from San Diego? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's so sick. And then we talk. We actually do work a couple times. We meet up. I introduce him to my business partner, introduce him to this other guy who's running an AI agency here in San Diego, and he, I guess, knows Sam. And I made this one video one time, and I was doing market research, and I was like, today I spent my day. It was like I was kind of doing like a day in the life. Today I spent my day researching my opposition, all my enemies, and I was just joking around. And I like in the video, I was just clicking through like for the B-roll, like a bunch of different
Oh.
Instagram profiles. One of them was Sam's, and Marquise, I guess, had like met Sam through like a networking call. He tagged Sam, and then he
Oh.
just tags him in the comments, and then I actually DM Sam talking shit, and he thought it was funny, so
Bro, he
he
has the
talks
vibe,
yeah,
man. Sam has that vibe.
he talks shit back, and I was like, let's hop on a call, and he's like, I'm down, and then that's how we met. But that was like 5 months before he came my client. So when I started posting about Shaw's and my first client, he sees
Oh.
it and he's like, I'm interested. So that's how I got,
All right.
yeah.
All right. So question before you talk about your fourth client, why on earth? Like this is an actual question. Why on earth did what's his name again? Shaz? Yeah. So why on earth did he talk to you to build an AI appointment setter instead of building it himself? Like, is it that tough to build what you build?
Mm, well, yes, it is pretty hard to build. I will say that.
Yeah.
Second, I think we were at a point where it was starting to get more advanced than what everyone else had. Like, remember that voice message thing I
Mm,
sent you? Like, where it sent it in whoever's voice you cloned. No one had done that. Honestly, I don't even know if I've seen it still. Um, it's really
yeah.
hard to do. It's really hard to do. Um, like just that voice message thing. The second thing is just getting the AI agent to follow the instructions and like really qualify the prospect correctly is really hard. It's still hard to this day. I still think that the models are not good enough. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I still think the models are not good enough.
So
And honestly, there's so
so
much
it's the prompt
infrastructure.
engineering that makes it even more unique. Like the specific, customized,
Yes,
optimized prompt
yes.
engineer that makes it more
Yeah.
unique.
I would say out of all the skills I've learned, like in the past year and a half, since I said I'm gonna become an entrepreneur, I'm not gonna be an engineer as my career. The biggest thing I've learned is prompt engineering. Because I
Really?
did all of it. Yeah, my partner, he didn't do it like I did. I've been teaching him for the past like couple of months, so that way we're both on the same page. Because he was so focused on building the back end, and honestly, like the prompts wouldn't work if the back end didn't work. So I've been trying to teach him that type of stuff so he can know. But that's probably the biggest skill I've learned, and that's really where I think we stand apart. On top of like the back end infrastructure that we have, but I know there's so much more room for improvement. So I'm sure Shas has built an AI. I think he's even talked about to me like he's built an AI setter before, but to build it to that length of like
Yeah.
what we were building, I don't think he had seen that, which is why he was. And we offered it to him for free, so he was okay with it.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, to be honest, I think like I'm gonna tell you a bit about what we also built. So, like we've built for recruiting agencies, U.S. recruiting agencies, we've built an AI candidate agent. Bro, this thing is next level. It took us 3 months to perfect that agent, and it's still being optimized. We're currently building a knowledge base for it instead of a vector database. It can like have access to tens of thousands of CVs or what do you call it? CVs. You call it CVs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it has access to tens of thousands. And within just one message to the agent on Slack, you ask for a media buyer with 2 years experience with this, and that. It goes search the database and finds you the top 10 matches. This is something that takes recruiters at least 1 to 2 hours per position, like per one position. So I think even if Shaz was able to build it, it wouldn't be wise for him not to go through you and like use your own AI appointment setter, just because you've spent the time to optimize it, and he cannot spend
Yeah,
the same time to optimize it. That's what I think.
yeah, yeah. 100%, 100%. And yeah, I agree with everything said. Yeah, it
Like
takes a
literally,
long
for
time to
example,
build.
yeah, like
Yeah.
once you answered my question, if they like once you said they would rather work with you instead of build it themselves, even
Mhm.
if they are an AI agency, it takes time to build these things, and it takes a lot of trial and error to finally get to a point where it's perfect, or at least like near perfect. So I think it's a good investment of money to buy what you bought through time.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even like my most recent client, he's he lives here in San Diego. His name's Owen. Um he runs his own AI agency too. He When he messaged me and he tried it, he was like, "Bro, I've tried to build this before and it is just not even close to what yours is like." And
Yeah.
he's like he would tell me, he's like, "Bro, like I was running into errors with like just sending the messages in the correct sequence. That was messing up. That's a back end issue. Um, or just getting it to say what you want. It's a prompt issue. Like he's like, it wouldn't like do it. Like I might start the
Yeah.
conversation right, but in the middle of the conversation, it might not do it right." Um, and then I actually showed him in person, like everything. I showed him the whole back end, like what it takes to build it. And he was like, "Wow, like
He
yeah."
was like stunned.
He was like, "Bro, I was on N8N, and you have your own server." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, it's not gonna work on that."
Yeah, definitely, man. Like that's the game. Again, like for everyone who's watching, that's the game. That's the game of AI. You need to build, face problems, fix the problems, optimize until you reach that perfect AI agent or automation. If you don't do that, you won't build something remarkable.
Yeah, and I would say like to everyone that's like, because honestly, it is pretty overwhelming like to build that type of stuff. Like if you would have told me when I first started, like you have to build all this, I don't know you. I don't even know if I would have said yes. Um,
Same.
but But I think it doesn't have to be that complicated. Like it doesn't have to become the first thing you build doesn't have to become a product. A product. Like one thing that I built for myself just a couple months ago that people have been messaging me like crazy for is a calorie tracker. Um, I set it up in like
Um,
no, trust me, there's actually a market for this. Like so many personal trainers, they're like, I want to offer this, but how the hell do I build it? And it's so simple. Just I made my own custom GPT with my own prompt about what I want, and once I finished my day of like how I log my calories, I just upload it to Airtable as an API call, and I just know exactly. I can just see how much I track my calories for. I did it for myself, but people were asking me for
yeah,
it, and I was like, oh, like actually, if I think about it, it would be a great first build. Like I prompted, I set up a knowledge base. I set up an API call and I learned what Airtable. Like, if you didn't know what Airtable was, like, then you
yeah,
would now know
yeah,
what Airtable is, and like, it's pretty
yeah.
useful to know what Airtable is. So, even just a
Interesting.
small project like that for yourself could be a great place to start because then you see all those little problems of like, wow, API calls aren't as easy as Like people say they are. People say they're easy, but like not the first time. Not when you don't know what to get. Not when you don't know what to get and post this. Like
Yeah.
so that's how you learn.
Look, I'm gonna record one video quickly, so I'm gonna ask you something, and then like there's gonna be a delay when I ask the chat.
Mhm.
So, 1 second. Yo, how's the podcast so far?
Oh, dude, it's going amazing right now. We're answering all these questions right here in the chat. And we're talking. I'm yapping, bro. I'm in my full yap session right now.
Chat. How's the podcast so far? Take your time. There's gonna be a delay, but I'm gonna record it. So, like, add some emojis down in the chat.
I'm reading their questions now. I haven't read them in a little bit. I want to answer the major bottleneck one that Creed Automations posted. Ooh, I want to answer this. Can someone start with no budget one? Short answer, yes. I'll get to that in a sec.
Amazing. By the way, I need to I need to ask you the question again because I'm like your voice wasn't in the video. It's on my AirPods. So let me just
Oh, okay.
disconnect those. All right. Yo, how's the podcast so far, man?
What's up, man? Dude, it's going great, man. We're literally answering so many questions. We're talking about answering people's questions in the chat. I'm yapping. We're not even done yet. There's still so much time left. I got so much more to say.
Let's go. All right, amazing. Let me connect the AirPods again.
All right, Creed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer your question, Creed, and then I'm gonna answer Isa's question too. Oh no, I
Yeah,
already
go ahead.
answered
If you want to answer a few questions, after
Yeah,
that, we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
dive into the AI appointment setting agent.
Creed automations. Wait, I'll first. I'm gonna answer Creed's next. I know that's gonna take me a little bit to answer. I'm gonna answer. Can someone start with no budget? This was asked like 30 minutes ago, but sorry, I was yapping.
Yeah.
Someone start with no budget. If you literally have $0, maybe not, but like you don't need that much money. I started out of college. I didn't have any money, like literally no money. I'm fortunate enough I could just stay at my parents' house and like keep working on this. But as far as like subscriptions, like things you need, ChatGPT, Airtable, maybe if you're using N8N, that's honestly all you need to start setting like creating builds. For making sales, Instagram's free. If you're not running ads, then organic content's fully free, especially if you have lead flow, all that type of stuff. If you're in the beginning stages, you don't even need a CRM like that. You could literally just use Notion or Google spreadsheets. I use Go High Level, but I didn't really have that until like pretty recently. So yeah, I would say you can start with no budget. I would say what makes it feel like you can't is my answer to Creed's question of Creed Automations of what major bottlenecks have you encountered during this process. I would say the biggest thing I've faced and what has cost me the most money is the time it took to build everything that I built. Like I didn't have to stick with the whole AI agent appointment setter. Like I could have started selling to local service-based businesses a lot quicker with like simpler automation, a funnel build out for their CRM. And one, I just didn't really know what that was. Like when I first got presented to with the AI agent appointment setter product idea. And second, just all the I feel like this year, the biggest bottleneck was just me becoming an entrepreneur. Like in college, my schedule is like I pick my schedule, but I know now for the next 3 months, okay, I'm following this schedule. When I became an entrepreneur, there is no schedule. I wasn't even sure what time we'd be doing this podcast till like 24 hours ago or less. So like things like this will just pop up. Events will just pop up. Like everything's so random. You really have to learn how to like refine your discipline a lot more, which I was solid at back then, but I had to take it to another level. How do I get my workouts in and still work all the time? That was a whole problem. Learning how to stop myself. I would get so stressed out over like my first when I had my first client, I was stressed all the time, and just learning how to handle that anxiety, handle that pressure of like, okay, like we have to deliver this product now, or like then he's gonna drop us, and like if he drops us, and when you have one client and it's your first client ever, and you're scared that he's gonna drop you as a client, man, I was fearing for my life, man. And I was like looking back on it, I didn't have to do all that. but
Yeah,
in the moment, like I don't know any better, and I want to deliver, and I from the bottom of my heart, I'm trying to deliver and be the best I
yeah,
can, and it's stressful, and I feel like the biggest bottlenecks has really just been overcoming that type of internal chaos and regulating your own emotions and learning how to keep a routine when there is no routine, if that makes any
yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
So
man.
I
Like
think,
you're talking about business, and like I
yeah,
had it the other way around. So I was a businessman, I was a marketer, and then I transitioned into AI. You're the opposite, kind of. Like you started with AI, and now you're transitioning into business and personal brand and marketing and stuff like that.
yeah,
More and more.
and I like it way
So
more. I like it way more.
yeah, it's actually very fun, but you need
Hmm.
that fundamental skill, which is AI. You need that. Without that, you cannot build anything when it comes to AI. So I think
Hmm.
for the people here, if you have computer engineering background, if you have an AI background, start learning how to build a personal brand. Trust me when I say it, it's the easiest way to start getting clients. And like you can skip having good sales skills or good marketing skills if you have a personal brand, because the authority is going to sell for you. The personal brand is going to help you sell. Then you can learn everything else. So I think that is also a part of the question you were answering. Answer one more question so that we can proceed with our questions, please.
Um. Oh, did you? Are you gone? But I think I lost you. Okay. Well, can you guys hear me?
No, 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 you didn't lose me, bro. I was just doing one thing.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Can you? This is the only recent question I see. Can you explain what is the work with AI? What should know? What should we know? Where should I search to develop the knowledge and the right skills needed? Um, what is the work with AI? Well, I mean, there's so much stuff. It could be you utilizing AI like ChatGPT. It could be like creating something for someone. I think the easiest thing to do, and I don't want to say this because I think it's kind of confusing. Um, just surround yourself with more like people in business if you can, and you'll start to see
Yeah,
some problems. Um, and then just brainstorm how could AI fix this in your head. And this is how that calorie tracker thing became a wait, I could actually monetize this. One of my friends, he wants to add it to his offer, and I was like, wait, I can't just give GPTs out for his clients. Maybe we make a prompt generator and we make our own app, and then they just talk to ChatGPT on our app. Um, and then we just white label it to a bunch of fitness coaches, and then it becomes part of their package, and now it's a white labeled offer. So that
yeah.
was like I came up with that like when I was like in the bathroom the other day. I was like just randomly thinking about how my friend he's like how would I even give him that? And I was like, oh, that might work. I don't really want to build it, but yeah,
I'm gonna give them an
yeah,
example in Lebanon.
yeah,
Like, if you don't want to go to the US, what you can do is build a calorie tracker. It's not gonna be the hardest AI build ever. Do that. Once you have that, try to figure out how can you productize it. Like, how can you give it out to fitness influencers that have hundreds of thousands of followers inside of Lebanon, and tell them, hey guys, you can offer this. Add like $10 a month for this tracker. I can like you get $10, they get $10, whatever it is. I think Ismail can talk about the background. But this is something you can do. Another thing you can do is try to find a way to build an AI automation that helps with the data processing and like organizing data in big companies. A lot of companies need AI. They need it, but they don't know that yet. Once you
yeah.
start
They
building
don't
your
even
personal
know.
brand, yeah, you can
Yeah,
tell them about that. You can sell them. You can outreach to them. You can talk to them, and try to find a budget that is like that fits with the Lebanese market. So yeah. By
yeah.
the way, this is Lebanon, my friend. I just lost my electricity. It's gonna come back in a few.
No, okay, okay. Um, Yeah, I think actually you brought up something really good. There's this guy on Instagram. His name is Brody Automates.
Yeah.
Um, I came across his content like back in August, and it's crazy. He's like doubled his following ever since then. He has like 120K subscribers or followers now. He had like 60 at that point, which is crazy
Yeah.
growth in like 3 months. But he does videos where his whole thing is just these insane N8N automations on just like the most funny or degenerate. Like, it orders my Uber to the casino, and then it
What?
sends out this text. It sends out this text message like, "Yo, don't text me. I'm busy grinding." And then it's just like these funny automations, but like realistically, they could work. Like if someone
Yeah.
actually really
Yeah, yeah,
wanted
yeah.
that, like they could work. And I'm like, this is such a great way to like boost your personal brand and also show that you know how to build these things and then get leads. So like I'm sure, and I've seen him now on like the base 44 ads, which I don't know if they blast them in Lebanon, but here in the US, I've been getting bombarded with base 44 apps, which is like this software for
Yeah.
building AI agents. Like my whole YouTube's just been that for the past like 4 months, and now he's one of their like affiliates. So I see him on the ads now, and
Mm.
I'm like, dude, like this is like it's so smart because whether he's been building them or not, just his ability to market them through his
So,
personal brand
yeah.
has been elite in my opinion. I've definitely studied his content.
Man, like, by the way, like, this is personal, me talking to
Mhm.
you. You need to do more on your personal brand. You need to
Oh
scale your
yeah,
marketing
I'm
through a
very
personal
aware.
brand.
Yeah, I'm very aware. I'm very aware.
So yeah, like,
I think next year my goal is I want to have 100K followers next year, and I think I one thing Owen taught me was he hired someone to like post for him because the thing is I have content ideas all the time and I write them down and I have a ton of B-roll. It's the time to edit the videos together. So like, I could have 10 reels, but 10 reels, even if you could do them in one day, it would take the whole day.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's so tough.
so yeah, so I'm just gonna like create like the script, the B rolls, and like give them to an editor and be like, I want them like this, even if it takes me 50 reels of like explanation, like this is how you do them, and then 10 a
Exactly,
day, 10 a day, 10 a day, 10 a day. Yeah, so I'm gonna do
exactly,
that next year.
exactly.
I'm doing that starting next year.
Yeah, you need to. Man, let's dive into the AI appointment setter. So, a lot of the people watching understand everything you're gonna say. So the APIs, any and the back end,
Perfect,
everything.
perfect,
So,
perfect.
can you explain to us as much as you can? How
Mhm.
does that work? Oh, first of all, can you tell us why did you build it? Like, what was the main issue with the appointment set, the human appointment setter, and then explain how you were able to build that and the problem it solved and all the other things.
Um, so you said start off with like how I built it.
Why did you build it? Like, what was the
Why did
problem that you were solving? Yeah.
real beginner answer, but I didn't really know any other problems. Like that guy came to me from Bali and he's like, I want this. I was like, well, if he wants it, I bet other guys like him will want it. And it's like kind of like a higher ticket niche. Like everyone's talking about going to SMBs. And I was like, wait, but Hermosi always says, you want to get rich, solve rich people problems. I'm like, oh well,
Yeah.
these guys are richer than SMBs, so I'm gonna try to solve this problem. So I think
But
I
like,
kind of got it. Yeah.
why did they need that? Like, what was the problem that they were facing with human appointment setters?
Oh, so like they're facing problems like inconsistency when it comes to like them responding and having access to their DMs and like while they have setters. Yeah, like the follow-ups are pretty inconsistent. The follow-ups can be inconsistent, the messaging can be inconsistent. Sometimes there'll be really good responses with one guy, not that good responses with another person. And I get it. Like sometimes you like feel out the vibe with people and stuff. Um, then it's also like one thing I've noticed a lot of business owners have is they don't really like paying setters. They think that they don't really do
Mm,
they don't think they do that much like hard work. It's just kind of busy work, and they don't want to do it themselves, so they're willing to give up like 5% of a sale, but they don't really feel happy giving 5% of a sale
yeah.
to a setter. So there's a ton of problems that they're facing. Like they have the incentive to install that setter if they don't have to deal with all the problems of dealing with the setter, hiring, training,
Yeah.
all that type of stuff.
I'm gonna add a few things. Like back when I built the AI appointment setter for a sales agency in the US, they had 5 appointment setters. Like it was a big agency. So the problems were the speed to lead wasn't fast.
Oh yeah, that
Leads
one
were
too.
some of the leads were missed, bro. Like people talked to the agency and like after 24 hours, no reply yet. That
Yeah.
kills any kind of possibility working with the lead. So speed to lead, no replies, follow-ups weren't strong, even bad appointment setting. Like you had to teach them, train them, make sure they're always performing to the best of their abilities. So these were the main issues, and I think AI can, like right now, I'm sure AI can solve this. I'm sure
Yeah.
AI can replace human appointment setters, and that's what you're gonna tell us about.
Yeah. So the one you mentioned I didn't say was the speed to lead. Yeah, our agent responds in 2 3 minutes to pretty much any inbound DM message. So, and any message in the conversation. So if they reply 16 hours later, they're getting responded to 2-3 minutes later. Doesn't matter how long it was. And then if they don't respond in hours, they're going to get a follow-up in like 8 hours. And that's very customized to what the conversation has been about. So if they mention, hey, I want to reach 10K a month, and like they don't, then the agent responds, and then they don't say anything for like 8 hours, it's gonna say like, hey man, like let me know, like if you're actually, let me know when you're for real about reaching that 10K a month. And then they're gonna be, it's a little bit more like, okay, yeah, I'll respond, because like it hits their pain point a little bit. Like, I do want to make 10K a month. Or like that's just an example.
Yeah.
So what was I answering?
I like the AI point. So that was the problem. This is what you were trying
Yeah,
to solve.
yeah,
Let me recap. So the AI appointment setters were lacking. They didn't have the perfect skill. Speed to lead wasn't as perfect. Follow-ups weren't proper or organized. And like businesses were losing money on training, hiring, paying for the AI appointment setter, and on the opportunity cost of lost deals. So these were the
yeah.
problems that AI was what you like. These were the problems that you were trying to solve through AI, right? So how did you solve that?
Well, I think it really just came down to just making everything as consistent as possible. So like our scripts are consistent, the follow-up time is consistent, the response time is consistent. They can go on a dashboard and see like the results that they're getting. It's a lot cheaper to install what we have than to build a whole team out. Even if they cost the same, it's just the time then becomes an issue. Like, because then you have to hire, you have to train, you have to onboard. Like it's a whole process. Or the recruiting process of like when your setter quits. And if you want to build a whole 24/7 team, you're gonna have to hire multiple setters. And our agent is just 24/7. It responds quickly to everyone. So it eliminates a lot of time problems, and it's a lot cheaper. Um,
Yeah.
so it was kind of just like a no-brainer. Like I knew if the product worked, it would save a lot of people money, which is kind of,
Bro,
it's a
it would
huge
make
reason
them
why.
money.
Yeah,
It would
yeah, it would make
save and make money.
it saves and makes them money. And I've got calls from my clients like randomly, like, yo, dude, closed 30K last week because of, and they all came from the bot. And I'm like, let's
Wait, wait,
go.
wait, wait. Before you go into the results, can you tell us about like the build? How did you build this? Like all the
Oh,
details?
okay. Well, we went through different phases. Started with like, I tried to build it on Go high level, didn't work. Try to build it on
Yeah.
ManyChat, didn't work. Actually, ManyChat worked, but ManyChat crashed because I told you like they
Hmm.
can't handle all the conversations. They're built for automations. Um,
Yeah.
so I tried it on the low code platforms, didn't work. And that's kind of when we were like, okay, we're gonna have to build our own back end. And honestly, I, looking back on it, I probably should have stopped right there, but I'm kind of happy I didn't. Um, but we kept building it. We got obsessed with perfecting it, and now this tech stack is basically OpenAI's API, Railway, Cursor. The Railway is connected to our GitHub, which is where the whole server is.
Yeah.
Um, and then what else do we use? We use make.com a little bit for like the voice notes. And then we got rid of it and threw it onto our back end. So
Oh,
yeah. So there was a couple times we used make.com, but it was like when our back end wasn't done and we just wanted to connect it like pretty quick. But it was also a hassle to just connect between make.com and the back end, so we just added it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask you a few questions. So I know exactly how appointment setting works.
Yeah.
Currently, we're scaling sales, so I understand exactly how. Like, I understand the problems we're facing as well. So
Yeah.
let's say Elite comes in. If you want to draw the process, Elite comes in, and he says something like, "Hey, I want to know more about your service." What happens then?
A lead comes in for me, or a lead comes in
Like
for my client.
for your client, for example, they have their
Uh-huh.
your appointment setter. Elite comes in. Like explain in terms of the back end what happens when Elite comes in, and he says, "Hey, I want to know more about your service." What does the AI appointment setter do?
Okay, so I will tell you like back end and front end. So
Yep.
on the front end, person comes in and asks that. The first thing that's going to happen is the AI agent setter is going to respond and tell them like about their service from the knowledge base, like from its instructions about what their business is about. Immediately, maybe even in the same like spurt of messages, because it won't send it all in one message. It'll send like just how people text.
Yeah.
Um, it'll ask them like, why are you looking for this, or something that puts the focus of the conversation on them. That's just the typical setter strategy. Don't talk about yourself. Like, why are you interested? Like what makes you ask that? Like, we sell
Hmm.
this. Like, are you looking for this type of service? um so that's what happens in the front end. On the back end, user comes in, they get logged into their mini chat or go whatever CRM they're really using, and where that we're connected to, just so we can deploy the agent. It comes in, it enters our backend system. It logs them onto. So there's a couple things. There's their OpenAI trace. There's their mini chat contact ID or Go High Level contact ID or whatever CRM contact ID they have, and then there's, am I missing one? Which Airtable base they're in. So because for each client we give them their own like dashboard, and we're making this as its own software. But right now we give it to them as an Airtable. It pretty much just it's adding all these IDs so we can like
Track to
know,
track everything. Yeah.
yeah, where they belong exactly. So at this point, it's not that much in the back end. For the generating the responses, all the prompts are in there for each specific client, and it knows where to start the conversation. There's function calls for, take it to the next step, take it to the next step of the conversation. However, obviously the client, like in the conversation, you don't see that, but on the back end, like they're
Yeah.
still on that, putting the focus on them. It still hasn't moved them. No functions have been called. So then say they respond, oh, like I might say it's a HVAC or refrigeration services, like service-based
Yeah.
business. Oh, well, like my AC isn't working and my house is super hot. I need air conditioning, man. It's summer, man. Like I'm struggling out here. Then it's gonna take him to like, oh, like probably ask him like, oh, like, have you tried anything to fix it? Or like sometimes with those SMBs is a little bit more direct, but if it's like high ticket sales, it's going to ask them a little bit more like what they've done, or if they already said what they've done, and moves them to the next stage of the conversation. Then it's going to try to understand, okay, well, what exactly is wrong with the product, or like what exactly is wrong with the AC system.
Mm.
Answering those questions, and then it's like, okay, yeah,
Question. So technically, I'm guessing the only difference between one client and another is technically
the prompt.
the prompt. So for example,
Mhm.
in the case of Sam, he sells AI and he teaches AI and stuff like that. So the prompt is all about the pain points of people who want to buy AI, their desires, what they might ask about, and their own AI service. In the case of someone else, it's going to be about their own business, right?
Yes. So, well, Sam's does talk about his business if they ask him about what he sells. It also will figure out like based on what the person is talking about. Oh, this lead is for coaching. Oh, this lead is for AI
Mm.
services. Or if we wanted to add more, we could. And then it based on the function call, it sends them through a specific path. I think if you like look at it like the JSON script, it says enum.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, like based on the enum that it outputs, it sends them down like, okay, this is for like the prompt for agency services. This is the prompt for coaching services.
that's amazing, bro.
Yeah,
That's
so it
amazing.
routes the conversation like that.
Yeah.
And that's in the middle of the conversation. Like for the close, like sometimes they have different financial qualifications for one. That's a whole different prompt that has to go to. And then like, oh, they might be
Mm.
qualified. Then it gets weird. They might be qualified, but they need a payment plan. But they need to be in the U.S. for a payment plan. So and if they're not in the U.S. but they need a payment plan, then you have to sell them to a low ticket offer. It's a whole mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
technically, I think this, like there's no way you can build this on any 10, right?
I've never tried, so I don't know. I'm sure you could theoretically,
Let me
but I
tell
don't
you
know if
why
it'll
not.
work. I don't know if it'll work.
That's the
Yeah,
point. I
yeah.
don't think it would be reliable if you build this on any 10 because this is complicated. This is not easy, and any 10 might break. And you can't have an appointment setter that breaks. You need it to reply and have the lead go through the funnel.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a whole other thing that we dealt with, because when we were thinking about, okay, like, say we built it, how do we deploy it? Um, these N8N builds or when we did it on Go High Levels, huge automations just for routing the conversation, and that's what would make it break. And we realized, okay, this isn't sustainable. This is why the back end issue was kind of solved everything because if you were to look at like our automations, like when we connect and deploy, it's
Yeah.
literally just their lead magnet, like comment trigger, comment this, sends them their lead magnet, shoot, action block to an API to our server. That's it.
Yeah.
So it removes the entire automation and just directly connect to our server. Anytime they say that, boom, it sends them. So even
Mm.
before the conversation starts, it's setting their mini chat or Go High Level or whatever CRM ID into our backend. It knows where they came in. It knows what was already said in the conversation before. So it already has like what's the name? The thread going. And the agent can see what's been said before. Okay, this guy came in for this training video. Okay, so
Amazing.
yeah.
So, question. I think I've seen, or at least I have talked to an AI appointment setter before without me knowing. So let's say I asked 10 questions and I did everything that a normal lead might do. It would
Mhm.
handle that, and then what happen? Like then what? Does it send a payment link, or does it send the link for the person to buy, or like what happens next?
It's usually a call link. So, well, it depends. Like earlier, I was talking about say they're not
A low
qualified.
ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
low ticket, and it might just be like a straight VSL and just a payment link. But that's their funnel now. Like the agent set the link, agent's work is done. Um, if they book the call, so it'll get it, once it financially qualifies them, then it'll set up a call, sends them the calendar link, and then after that, like it can still talk to them, answer any questions, and once they're like,
Or
"Yo, I
follow-up
yeah."
reminders, stuff like that.
Yeah. So that came in a lot later because that's not even really part of like the setter anymore. That's just like the system.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, obviously like there are notification reminders, but sometimes a lot of the clients already have that set up. So like once the call is set,
Mhm.
like that already triggers
On
the
GHL,
reminder.
all the
Yeah,
automations are in
yeah, yeah.
place.
So
They send the messages,
a
the
lot,
email.
yeah. A lot of the client, pretty much all the clients I've had so far, like they already had that set up, so they didn't even
Yeah.
want that. They're like, honestly, like don't even mess
Yeah.
up my stuff. Like just give me the eight, just let it be. Um, so they didn't really ask for that, but we could do that. Like I know how to do it. I've done that for my own funnel, so like I can do it for them.
Interesting, man. This is amazing. Like, actually.
Yeah,
And where is the data
I
stored?
appreciate
On Airtable?
Airtable.
So we
Yeah.
have the lead name, phone, email, whatever it is. Everything is on Airtable.
I don't have their like contact information when they like fill out a form, for example, because like the agent doesn't ask for their they never asked me to like collect their information because a lot of them have when before the agent hits them up, they'll get sent to resource. So usually there's a
Screenshot,
couple
ask for the email, etc. Stuff like that.
yeah, there's a couple of ways the agent works. So like we can make it like if you get any DM, there's like a filter agent, and it's like, okay, it's a cold DM, don't respond, end combo. But if they're like asking,
Mm,
hey, tell me more about your business, it's gonna respond. Now it starts the conversation. So earlier you gave me one of those examples. They just say, hey, I want to know more about your business. But a lot of the clients, um, they want it for two reasons. So they run ads if people respond to the ad. Um, and it's kind of like the one I just said before, like it's just a random inbound message. Or the second one is if they post a lead magnet, comment leads or comment sales, and I'll send you my resource. Sends them, they comment, resource gets sent, and then hours later, like 2-3 hours later, the AI agent will message them, hey, what made you interested in that resource I just sent you? Oh, I didn't.
mm.
And then they might say, "Oh, I haven't seen it yet." Oh, that's totally fine. Like I totally get it. But like, what made you curious about it? So setting the conversation on them like from the start.
Interesting. Bro, that's
Yeah.
amazing. And like, what about the results? Like, did you get way better results compared to human appointment setters when it comes to the AI? Let me rephrase that so that it's better for the short form content.
All right.
Right. So when you replace the human appointment setters with AI appointment setters, what were the results? Like, how did the results look like?
So over time, it's just been going up and up and up and up, especially as like the product gets better, the model gets better. About a month ago, Sam calls me and he goes, "Dude, we made $30,000 last month or last week, from just like sales that the bot closed," and that was after like our third or fourth iteration on his specific product. Um, so that's kind of where we're at right now. Like we know when we deploy, we have like a 3% close rate on all like sales or all leads that come in, but after a couple iterations, Sam's is at 8. So it's like, okay, yeah,
Wait,
like
eight close rate or
8%,
like
8%, book
eight
rate, book rate,
percent book rate?
yeah,
Yeah,
book rate on all his leads that have come in.
interesting. And
Yeah,
like how was his book rate before the AI appointment setter? If you have the data.
I don't have that data. I
Hmm.
don't have that data. Yeah,
So
so
look,
so
if
that
it's
that's
8%,
yeah,
I think it's actually good.
yeah. It is pretty good in my opinion. I'd say, like, just being humble about it.
Like that's an AI appointment setter that's setting everything up without you lifting a finger. So yeah,
Mhm.
like what else?
Um, well, I can't say like too much about how all our clients are doing like monetarily wise, but it's booking at a high rate, and that's what I want. And I think what's crazy to me is I know exactly what to do next to like make it even better. So it's just making that better, and I'm just like, oh, come on, come on, come on, come
So,
on.
so now,
Yeah.
like once you have that MVP, actually not the MVP anymore, like once you have that product, which is
Mhm.
80, 90% near perfect, the only optimization that you have is the customizing, like the customization of the system prompt per client, right? Like that's technically it. Like you need to stay with the client for at least 5 6 months, and even more, you need to stay with the client forever to keep on optimizing and fixing problems and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the biggest thing that we've been trying to make the most progress in is how fast the prompting works. Like you said, the only once the back end is done, really the only difference is how can we make the prompt be done quicker? And we're at the
Yeah.
point of okay, we can do it in a couple of days, but what if we're trying to make a prompt generator so that we just tell it, okay, this is the business, like this are their qualifications, and it just spits out the prompt.
So
So
you're gonna create
yeah.
AI to help you build AI.
100%. That was always the vision. Once I saw the first MVP take me 6 weeks, I was like, okay, this cannot take 6 weeks. Like I need this now. I was like, that was always the vision. An AI that creates my prompts, but in order for that,
That's amazing.
we're not even there yet.
Yeah. Like, and what, like, let's say you have now 8% book rate and everything is going well. What's your, like, we're going to transition from talking about the AI appointment setter to talking about your actual AI agency. And then we're going to talk about what you think about the AI space overall. So, what are
Okay.
your next steps when it comes to the agency? What are your plans?
So in the last like month, I really like kind of fully partnered up with one of my mentors. His name's Flavio. He runs a marketing agency called Media de la Creme, based here in San Diego. I also met him at that coffee shop. He was my fourth client. Um, yeah, and but him and I have just become so close, and like he's definitely took me under his wing, and I've learned so much just like watching him. Like I've watched him close 20K in one day, and I'm like, it's
Hmm.
one thing to hear it on YouTube. It's another thing to like see it in my face. And then he's like, "Hey, bro, look at my invoice," and I'm like, "What?" Um, so we partnered up. So that's kind of why I'm adding the ad services, the automation build out stuff because he can help me do the fulfillment for that. So I'm able to do that in my offer, and then now my product is in his offer. Um, and he's been teaching me so much about branding and marketing and even just the ad stuff, but like compared to the branding, I think that's way cooler. I think that's way more like important brand identity. He does a lot of brand consultations. Um, we're working a lot more together. Um, and I really want to trend towards those type of services. I've been thinking a lot about getting into like AI marketing ad creatives, especially as like the video generation models get better. I'm not exactly sure if that's what I'm gonna like
They're not good
stay on.
enough yet. They're not good
Yeah,
enough
yeah,
yet.
yeah, yeah. But I know they're gonna get better. Is the thing. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm trying to expand the services because the appointment setter product like works, but I don't want it to just be my agency. I think I've missed out a lot on by not doing the SMB stuff, by not doing just basic funnel automations or AI automations and stuff. And I think there's so much space to do that. And the name of my agency is called Fix AI. So it's
Mm.
almost now that I like understand branding around, why am I not fixing these SMB's
Yeah.
problems with the name Fix AI? We have the LLC for it too.
But man, to be
Yeah,
honest, from a business perspective, like I've been there, I saw a lot of shiny objects, but I didn't go
yeah,
after shiny objects.
yeah,
In your case, the reason you're looking at shiny objects is because you haven't scaled your client acquisition for the AI appointment setter. If you
yeah,
scale
yeah.
the
That's
client
actually
acquisition,
that's actually my
yeah,
focus. Yeah,
if you scale the
yeah,
client acquisition, you won't have time to think about anything else. You're just going to be focusing on operations, scaling the
yeah,
company, and making more money. That's where,
yeah,
that's where you need to scale. Your uniqueness is having all that experience in building this appointment setter for the last 1 year now.
yeah,
So you have all the head start that you need. You just need to scale. Because you're not
yeah.
scaling, you feel like you need to build other things, but that's not the case, to be honest.
Oh yeah, trust me. That was like as the agency. And what am I actually working on? Right now, all I'm doing is I'm finalizing my funnel, finalizing my affiliate program because I already some of my clients are my affiliates right now, and all pretty much next week I'm gonna start running ads, and that's gonna take me into 2026. And I know that's gonna keep me busy with the appointment setter for sure. However, if to answer your question about the agency in the future,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm going to add those type of things. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. But right now, I'm fully focused on the appointment center because it works. I'm about to run ads on it. The funnel's done. Like CRM's good. Like
bro, I'm excited, to be
yeah,
honest. Like with everything you just
Onyx.
told
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
you have
yeah,
case studies. Your website is, you can improve the website a bit, but like it's solid.
yeah,
You have people who testify, or like you have testimonials of people saying that your product is amazing. You have everything you need. You just need to scale. You just need to scale. close more
Mm,
clients and post more about it, and that's it. Like it's the roadmap is so clear. It's now pure
mm.
business. It has
Oh
nothing to do
yeah,
with AI. It's literally pure
yeah,
business. It's pure business, marketing, and sales.
100%. I agree with everything you just said. That's been on my mind the
Bro,
past 2 weeks, like
I'm really
nonstop.
excited to see what's gonna happen next with you. Like I
I
think there's a
appreciate
lot
it.
of potential with the AI appointment setter because I know that a lot of businesses need it, and you never know. We might work together at a few on a few projects, so we'll see.
Of
Um,
course.
so yeah, uh, to end the podcast with one thing. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? You were
I was actually looking at the list of topics right now.
oh
Um, I think we've talked about a lot of these. Well, I want to know what you're up to as well. But talked about like the AI. Like one thing I've been like getting super into is because I love posting. I love like the personal brand stuff. The UGC stuff. I don't know like how
yeah.
what you've heard about it. Yeah.
Man, I just
Yeah.
like I'm active on LinkedIn. I have a lot of
Uh-huh.
AI authority figures on LinkedIn. The UGC part is getting crazy. Like it's
Yeah.
actually improving, and like there's room for
100%.
that, but I don't think it's gonna be someone building it for agencies. It's gonna be marketing agencies learning how to do that and adding it as a service. That
So,
not actually
so
adding it as a service. It's learning how to do it and incorporating that into their operations.
yeah. So I actually wasn't even thinking about it for like the AI perspective. That's why I didn't even know if like we should talk about it on this podcast because I don't really know your audience too well. Um, it's just like a thing that's been on my mind a lot because when I was in San Francisco, I was living there all of October. It was huge out there. Like that was a big talking point. Like, the whole UGC stuff that there is going on out there. All these AI startups are getting flooded with money. Definitely
Mhm.
an AI bubble right now, and
Yeah.
they have so much money. And one thing I kind of got myself like into for a little bit. Um, this was a little bit of shiny object syndrome. Like I'm out in SF for the first time, and they definitely reeled me in real quick. Once they saw that I post content and I understand like the stuff, they reeled me in. Um, there's like companies that are trying to like increase their valuation so they can like sell or exit for like a higher valuation. So they drop like these random B2C products when they usually sell B2B products. And then to promote it, they want a whole UGC program to promote it and just like make it go viral and go crazy. And
And
they have so much money.
yeah,
Yeah.
wait, and
Yeah.
let me tell you the back end of operating, like the back end of marketing operations when it comes to UGC. You need to talk
Yeah.
to the UG. First of all, you need to research, find the perfect influencers. Let's say it's 100
Yeah.
influencers. You need to find like 200 or 300 so that you can get 100 to work with you. You need to message all of them. You need to have someone dedicated to do all of that. It takes
Yeah.
time. Some might agree, some might not. You need to send the products, or you need to like agree on the things you want to do with them, and it's like a lot of things done, and then you have to pay them, and if they're big,
Yeah.
you have to pay them a few $1,000s.
That
So
happened too.
all of that
Yeah.
can be one subscription, one AI tool. Like that can all be one AI tool.
What do you mean one AI tool? I
Like
because I saw all that happen in real paying the big guy with 300K, a couple of $1,000, getting the people that have never posted. I made a whole course for them. Like it was a whole thing.
man, like
Yeah.
let me tell you what I
Yeah.
mean. Like for example, if I want to have an ad which has a UGC about a product, an e-commerce product, this is the most useful AI use case for this. So if I don't use AI, I have to go talk to an influencer, let them create a video about my e-commerce product, get that
Mhm.
video, pay them of course, and do all the talking and back and forth, then post it to then be able to get money out of it. But keep in
Yeah.
mind, I spend time and money to get that video. With AI, I can use a tool that tool. All I need to do is prompt it well, send a picture of the product or upload a picture of the product, and then I can have the video done in a very similar way. And like it's the same thing, to be honest, and it's only gonna get better. So these are gonna at some point replace UGC creators, the small ones at least.
So is that like you're talking about like AI UGC AI generated UGC content is what you're saying?
Yeah, man, like, bro,
Yeah.
literally.
But the problem with that is like the reach because like with the well, I guess like with the big guys, like if you were to pay someone like a couple $1,000, like for a fact, like actually in their contract, it was like guaranteed. They're guaranteeing like 100,000 views, for example.
All right,
And so yeah.
talking about using them in ads because like a year ago, not a
Oh,
year ago.
and ads.
Yeah, man, like literally,
Yeah.
I used AI to create ads for an e-commerce, like a US e-commerce DTC brand that
Mhm.
makes millions a year, and like literally we were able to create what do you call it? We were able to create AI avatars that are talking about the product with the heroes behind it, and it was the highest converting ad. It made them tens of thousands of dollars. It was AI. I was stunned. Like I was a marketer and I was stunned. So it only
Amazing.
is gonna get better. And yeah, like talking about what you were talking about, which is the USGGC.
Yeah, which platform did you use for that? Because there's so many. I remember HeyGen
Um,
came out earlier this year, and that was a big one.
we didn't use Agent. We used wait. It's an app that creates. Wait a second. I know what the app is called. Um, bro, it creates AI avatars that speak like voiceover. Can you name them? Wait a second.
I've heard of multiple. Owen was telling me about one of them. I kind of forgot what it was called, but he was
I'm
kind
gonna
of
find it.
obsessed with it.
AI avatar. I know it. AI avatar video voiceover. Um, I think it's Heijan. I think it's Heijan.
Yeah, there was another one that surpassed HeyGen for a while. I forgot the name. I remember the logo though. I'll send it to you later.
Bro, was it Heijan? No, it's not Heijan. Wait, Heijan. Wait. I'll try to find it. I talked to the founder. I think I can find it on
Oh,
LinkedIn. Yeah, man, the founder was making like millions a month because of it.
no, I bet, especially if it's converting that high for ads.
Um, hmm. Let me try something. So yeah, like tell me more about what you think. Like, where do you think AI is going? Do you think something I always think about, and I think this is where AI is going. I think SaaS platforms, or I think like software SaaS. Wait, I need to rephrase that for a short form. So I think SaaS companies are going to be able to catch up to AI automation agencies, and at that point, it might make them go out of business because everything that we're doing, like the AI appointment setter that you have, if you
Uh-huh.
don't turn it into a SaaS that is super scalable, someone is going to do that. That's what I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah. So I'm glad you brought that topic up because one thing I remember I talked to a lot with Shaw's Matthew at the start of the year is how and I he would the reason I bring this up because not only did I talk to him about it, but he told me, oh, Liam and all those other guys that are like big players, like they've been running their agencies for like 2 years now. They were talking about it before that event, about how that's the next step, and it's the productized service, kind of like micro SaaS type of thing going on. So yes, with my product, I'm very aware that at any point in time, Go High Level can just replace it. But so there's two things that come to my mind about that because I don't think it, and I don't think any of it is like going out of business or like pivoting. I think that I need to build my own software for it, which we've been building for the last 2 months. Most more so we can just deploy faster. So we'll still utilize like if honestly I'd be happy if Go High Level or another platform like dropped an easier way for me to like deploy the
Yeah,
product. Yeah, because the real skill is not the product existing, it's the prompt engineering, it's making sure it's consistent, it's analyzing the data, where are people falling off in the conversation, and then that's what our software is telling people. So like when I've applied to Y Combinator in the past, I don't apply as like, oh, we sell AI agent appointment setters to like high ticket agencies. It's like, no, we're building the software that gives you the data. It always goes back to data, always goes back
yeah,
to data. This whole
yeah.
platform about like how we can give you the analysis for where people are falling off in the conversation, what type of scripts are converting better for this niche versus that niche, maybe it's age difference, just all these data points on just really understanding like the whole conversational side of like the sales going on. And that's kind of like what we're making the platform. We're at the point right now with the platform where it's not even MVP really. We're trying to make people be able to see what the conversations would look like before they deploy it. That way they feel a lot more comfortable when they deploy it. But it's basically going to be like 5 minute setup.
Look, I
Yeah.
agree with you when it comes like to the next year or two. Maybe you can still do that, like wait for AI
Yeah.
or softwares to improve, and you can use that like to speed up your process of building the AI appointment setter. But like I do feel at some point, all of this is gonna be productized. Everything that we're building is gonna be
Mhm.
productized using AI. Like they're gonna use
Yeah.
AI to build AI, which is what's happening right now
Yeah.
with what we're doing.
Yeah, like a couple months ago was the Chat GPT agents came out. And I remember
Yeah,
when that came out, everyone was like, rest in peace, N8N.
and
Um
it's not. Yeah,
yeah, I didn't think that was gonna happen. But it made me realize like, okay, like even all these platforms, like they're gonna get automated sooner. You can't have Zapier, Make.com, N8N, like ChatGPT agents all existing at the same time. Like maybe right
yeah.
now you can, but eventually there's gonna be that new Meta or that new Google that just takes them all in, or maybe it will just be Google and Meta that just takes them all in because they've been acquiring
They
like
are
crazy.
buying
Yeah,
AI
buying
companies left and
everything.
right.
Yeah,
They're
so
buying
it might
everything,
just be
bro.
them. It might be them, but
It might.
yeah.
It
So
might. It might. It's
yeah,
it's
so I'm not.
actually like it's actually scary. What's coming, but we have to wait and see.
Yeah, well, that could lead to a whole other topic that's honestly pretty off topic about like who has more power. Is it like the government? Is it the virtual governments? Is it like I don't know,
Man,
the
bro,
influencers? Yeah.
have you heard of Palantir?
Oh yeah. Of course.
Bro,
Yeah, I've met people that have
bro,
worked there, and I've talked to them about it.
they're like like
Yeah.
literally Palantir and company like AI companies are using AI to kill people better. Like I made a video about that a few
Mhm,
weeks ago. Literally, Palantir is using AI to kill people better. It's helping the war machine in the US, for
mhm.
example, to become better at killing people in countries that they don't like. It's crazy.
Yeah. I've talked to some of their employees about it. I was in New York a couple of weeks ago. I had a sales meeting, and the guy I met with, he was a CMO, and he was like, "Bro, like I used to work for like Palantir, and like I just kind of stopped because I didn't even know what I was working on half the time." And I was like,
Oof.
they don't even tell their own employees what they're working on." Yeah, so it's
Top
yeah,
secret.
he just left. He was like, "Nah, I'd rather do marketing."
That's crazy, man. That's crazy, to be
Yeah,
honest. We'll have to
yeah.
wait and see. Like we might. It's not about we might, bro. I've seen videos about companies that created drones, AI drones that can track you in forests wherever you go. You cannot hide from them. They can easily kill you. Like right now, they're
Oh yeah.
using drones in the in like Ukraine-Russian war.
Yeah,
So
I've seen
AI
those
is gonna
footages.
only speed up the process of creating machines that can kill humans in a way that's insane.
Yeah, and that the whole vision stuff is really what's lacking the most. Like the
Yeah,
text AI is probably the best. Then it's the image, then it's the video, then it's the vision. And I'm like now here in the US, I think I saw a post. You were in Arizona not too long ago. The Waymo's out there. Was it you? Were you in Arizona?
no, 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 not me.
Oh, okay. Well, they have like these self-driving cars now that have become really a thing this year. They're called Waymos. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I've seen them.
yeah,
Like they're better
yeah,
than Teslas, right?
huh?
They're better than Teslas, right?
Well, I've never been in the Tesla self-driving, so I don't know. Or I've never been in the Waymo either. But when I went to Arizona earlier this year, I looked to my right. I'm like, there's no one driving this thing, and there's a bunch of cameras on it. And then I went to San Francisco earlier, like 2 months ago, and I was like, oh, they're here too. And then I hear a couple weeks ago they're coming to my city here now. I'm like, oh, what? Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
everywhere now. They're, like so, their vision AI is getting better, and I'm sure that the military has the most top tier vision AI for killing people.
Man, it's crazy to be honest, and I'm excited and like a bit fearful of what's gonna come. But again, like it's inevitable. We have to wait and see, and we have to live with it, regardless of what happens next. So yeah, um, I'm gonna ask you one more question and then a final question. So,
Okay.
and then like, what do you plan on doing in the next 5 years, and what do you expect this AI space to turn into in the next 5 years?
Okay, well, what I'm doing versus what I expect the space is kind of totally different. I 100% see myself like I think it's funny like you tell me about the personal brand. I'm so ahead on that. Like in terms of like the vision, I'm 100% making my personal brand like I more about myself. Like I wanted to like I'm a nerd at the end of the day, but I'm also like a huge I'm a former athlete. I'm a gym rat. Like I like to train all the time. I spend like 3 4 hours a day training. Um, I'm huge on like emotional intelligence, like mental health. Like there's this book I've been reading right here. It's called Letting Go. It's all about emotional intelligence. Absolutely love this thing. Made me ask myself a ton of questions. Like I love teaching it to other people. Um, Definitely want to make my personal brand more about like discipline, mindset, and eventually, yeah, I'm gonna be talking about AI a lot because I'm still a nerd at the end of the day. I love engineering. I love how like backends work. Um, that's gonna be more of my brand a little bit. Also, I want to appeal more to the Mexican community because I'm full Latino. I grew up
Yeah,
in Mexico, so definitely like
nice.
there's a whole country right there I could just like talk to. Um, so that's kind of what I want to do more. I definitely want to get more into like the marketing services. Like I love branding and like marketing and like funnel build outs and like all that type of stuff interests me
Bro,
way
I
more
can
than
help
AI.
you out
Yeah.
so bad with
Yeah,
this,
no,
bro.
I
This
bet.
is
I
what I do.
bet.
This is like I'm the
Yeah.
CMO at the company. We're getting hundreds of qualified leads. We have a full freaking funnel, amazing cost per lead ads, bro. Everything. I can help you out with
Yeah.
that.
I appreciate that. No, yeah, so that definitely like if I've like seen because become an entrepreneur, I've like seen all these things go on. I'm like, that's the one that catches my attention the most. And in my agency, I'm definitely gonna be adding like I'm always gonna have an agency. I feel like on the side, I feel like kind of dumb not to. Like, how can you just not sell something? Um, just try to refine it as much as I can in terms of like the products we sell. It um might be training services that my friends that are trainers like will do fulfillment for. I might just drive in leads for them. I might just start posting personal brand content about like fitness. Be like, oh, you want coaching? Here's the funnel. Here's the funnel link, and then it's just my friends that do fulfillment. I just get to become an affiliate. Um,
Literally.
so a ton of stuff I'll be selling. I definitely want to keep selling AI services because I like to do hard, smart things, and that AI is hard, smart things.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's still early. Even though it's
it's
been
still
2 years,
early.
it's still early. And bro, there's a lot of things to a lot of like areas inside of the business or the economy that we can go in and automate. Nothing has been automated yet. It's barely the surface. So the opportunity is still so big. We need more people to come in and help us build more AI and help businesses in a better way. So yeah, I think it's bright. The future
Yeah,
definitely looks bright.
yeah, and the models are only going to get better. Like, to be fair, like I still think they don't really have that much emotional intelligence. Like, there's some answers I've seen that surprise me. I'm like, wow, like the model said this, but it's pretty rare. Um, and I just think they're only going to get better. And I've seen like OpenAI, like they're trying to make it speak better and be more emotionally intelligent, which is a good sign. Like that's the direction that they're looking at, but they're not out yet. So I don't
Yeah.
even think GPT-6 will be it. It might be GPT-10, to be honest. When it's I'm like, okay,
You never
this is
know.
actually
You
yeah.
never know, my
I mean,
friend.
yeah, you never know, but like the way it's been trending, I'm like, oh, man, it's gonna take a little bit longer than I thought.
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The final question I have for you, buddy, if you have one thing to tell people, let me rephrase that. Wait. All right. So if you have one thing about AI to tell business owners and employees, what would that one thing be?
Ooh, let me think about this for a sec because I want to say it in a way but you can like clip this up. Any type of business owner, right?
Like it's about humans, businesses and employees alike.
You can do so much more than you think by integrating AI employees. Like, don't be so scared to like, oh, like AI is gonna replace all this. Like, if you don't want to get rid of your employees, just integrate the AI. You're gonna allow yourself to scale so much more by just how much more efficient your team is internally, and they're gonna be able to do more stuff. Yeah, you might be able to make a couple cuts, and then now you save more money, but AI doesn't have to run your business. You can allow it to be used by your team so they can run the business a lot better, which really just means that you have to learn how to train them on how to use the AI, which is the really hard thing because I think that the business owners don't know that and they won't go and learn that because they're just like, oh, like it's
Yeah,
AI or humans or that's it. And
yeah.
no, embrace the AI. You can use it. It's not Terminator, man. Like I've heard that before. Like AI is Terminator. I'm like, dude, no, it's not. Like it might be like later down the year, but right now it's not in your business, bro. It's not gonna kill your business.
Interesting thing to tell them, Ismail. And with that being said, thank you for the call,
Thank you so
guys.
much, Sanan.
Thank you for watching us throughout the 1 hour and like 44 minutes. I'm gonna end the stream now. Have a few like a small convo with Ismail. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you guys. Bye bye. Does it keep us on here?
Yeah, one